In this little game called D&D, we use math rocks called dice. However, there's a problem. They all look so gorgeous. And because of this gorgeousness and how they're so beautiful and precious and I just want to show off my babies, I'm gonna be showing you guys my dice collection because yes, I am a dice goblin, fight me. So the way these are gonna be categorized is first off we've got my miscellaneous dice, and then the rest of my dice I organize based on the character aesthetic they go by, and some of them are very specific. I have like 3 different purple sets because there's a purple character with each a different kind of purple related to them. No, I do not have a problem. The first character palette set I have got is the Wild Magic Sorcerer palette. Mainly greens that inspired this palette. So it's very kind of naturey looking because my Wild Magic Sorcerer Zara is very involved in nature and kind of farmland. So the first set of dice we've got here is this D100 set that was gifted to me and actually made for me by my cousin. They make dice and they gave me a D100 as part of a birthday present. They have got a little shop that they have on Etsy where they sell dice pins and dice related kind of things. The links to that are in the description because I love them. This next one, I originally thought that this was going to be for a different palette, but I found this worked with the Wild Magic Sorcerer palette a lot better. It's got like a kind of foresty bluey green mixed in with white and with gold lettering. Very simple but very effective in my opinion. You gotta have some glittery like smoky sets and this is one of them. Probably one of my favorite ones I've gotten actually. I really want to get some more smoky dice. So we've got some glitter with some black and pink glittery swirls inside of them and some dark green lettering. Because my character for the Wild Magic Sorcerer, she spent a bit of time in Barovia as well. This kind of had that kind of like smoky, kind of dark Barovia thing while still keeping her natural kind of magic and magic versatility at the forefront with this set of dice. And this set here, this was got to be my favorite set out of them all. It's got like these bright green with like little leaf glitter pieces in them, and on the highest value, so like the 20 on the D20, the 8 on the D8, they go bright green and it's like very neon. I thought at first when I got them that it was just some kind of weird design error, but then I realized that it was the highest number and I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so genius. Not a lot of my dice have anything fancy to do with the 20 of the D20, so the fact that I got it like this is really cool, I think. I need to get more dice like this. Now we move on to my Faerie Warlock set. So this one's kind of small because I started it pretty recently. I've only had this character in the works for a little bit. So first off we got this pink and white little glittery set. Very kind of fae and kind of like mischievous and pretty, which is how I imagine my Faerie Warlock Gidget to be, with some gold lettering. And then we've got a much simpler set, so these are translucent pink with gold lettering. This is probably one of the first set of translucent dice that I own. I've only got like 2 sets in total because most of mine are like pretty opaque. I thought this color just screamed Gidget for me, so that's what I went with. Another small set that I recently started is my Twilight Cleric set. Because the Twilight Cleric came out very recently, probably in the last year or so since Tasha's Cauldron of Everything came out, this is the only kind of cleric that I've been interested in playing so far. Which is weird because this set of dice here I've had for a while. I think it was one of the first sets of dice that I owned, but I didn't have a character that matched them until I found out about the Twilight Cleric. So it's just a very simple purple and white marble with gold lettering, and in simple terms again we got translucent purple with white lettering. I kind of want to paint the white lettering silver. I might just try doing it on the highest value to start with once I had the time and energy to do it. But for now, I think I'm just going to stick with white and we'll see how the silver goes at a later date. And then we've got a D20 with a purple and grey kind of marble with some white lettering. I think I picked this one up from a convention where they just had a whole bunch of loose dice and you could choose like 5 for $2 or something cheap like that. The This one's another recent one. This is my Shadow Sorcerer palette for a character that I play with a theater group. So this set, I remember this was called the Goliath dice set. So it's got white and black. Obviously my character's Shadow Sorcerer palette is white and black. And then we got some gold lettering on there. I'm kind of alright with the gold lettering, but at the same time I kind of want to change the color because there's literally no color on this character. She is literally black and white. Maybe I might do a blue. I think that one would be the next closest. And then these are my favorite from the set. Another smoky set. So it's got black smoke within it with gold lettering, and it's otherwise translucent. I just find these really beautiful. I often spend a lot of time just like playing with this set of dice in particular when I play, just like spinning them around with my fingers. It's really, really entertaining to do that, in my opinion. Alright, one of the most recent videos that I also made for Dungeon March was me creating my first monk character, an Earth Genasi monk. So this is the palette that kind of represents this, the Way of the Open Hand monk palette. So for this one we've got black with some glitter and some gold foil in it. I really wanted this palette to be quite earthy because it's an Earth Genasi and I didn't want anything too bright. So it's got gold foil with black lettering, very simple and effective kind of thing going on. And with that, we have the dice set that inspired me to make the Earth Genasi. My dad got these for Christmas for me. They're just basically black and grey dice set with some gold lettering. This also came with this cute little dice rolling cup that's kind of got like Aztec patterns on it. And so those kind of things really inspired me to make this character out of that dice set. And we've just got a grey d6. I don't know why I have this grey d6, but I'm glad I've got the monk palette to match it with now. Moving on, this is my Rogue Assassin palette. So first off, we're going to be starting with the dice that inspired the Rogue Assassin for this. So this is a blue and orange Chessex dice set. I remember this was Chessex. My friend got this set for me for my birthday, and I didn't really have any characters that matched at that time, so that's what inspired me to make a rogue character out of it, who I now really love. But like, it's hard to find a lot of blue and orange that match, so I haven't found any other blue and orange sets. However, I did find this blue smoky set. That one I found really cool because it kind of had like a little bit of a romantic and mysterious feel, which is a big mood for my rogue assassin Mickey when I play her. Now we have the, oh my gosh, this is so long, multi-classing, am I right? Monster Hunter Ranger / Fiend Warlock palette. I'm never going to say that right, so I'm not going to bother. So this one's got more of a deeper purple compared to my other purple set. It's like darker, kind of more edgy, because you know, fiends, they are so edgy. So this one we've got black smoke in this middle with some gold foil and some purple lettering. The purple lettering for this is really what tied it together. I really feel like the purple is like a color that represents this character, like the purple and like the deep blues. Such as this deep blue here, so this is a blue and white marble set. The fiend that this ranger has made a pact with, it's not like the typical red hellfire Asmodeus kind of fiend, it's more of a despair kind of fiend, and he's very kind of like grey and muted, and I felt like this color better represented it. And then the last set we have with this, which is probably my favorite set, this is semi-transparent grey with some glitter in it and little purple stars. I found that really cool because for some reason I really imagine like a nighttime aesthetic with this ranger and like the stars and stuff. Now we have my Paladin of Vengeance, the Paladin Oath of Vengeance palette. This one I centered around blue and purple because blue and purple were the colors of my Paladin's god tier. So I decided to really play into that with the blue and purple. This was actually another one of the first dice sets that I got. The blue and purple I think was just really simple, really beautiful, and it stuck out to me when I was looking for my first set of dice straight away. Leading off of that, we've also got a more mystical looking one with blue and purple, but it's got glitter in it and it's very transparent. What I really like about this set is that it looks a lot like how I imagine my Paladin's Divine Smites to be, because like usually it's like radiant yellow white light, but I wanted to make it more like the god, so there's like blue and purple kind of like bursts as she like makes all these Divine Smites when she fights, which I think is a really cool, really unique touch, personally. It probably isn't though. Creativity does not exist in a void. Alright, the last set we've got, this is the one I've got probably the most dice for, and the one I've built up the most is my Valor Bard palette. So to start off this set, we've got the dice that came with the Dungeons & Dragons starter kit. I found these nothing special, but I just put this in the palette because my Valor Bard Tiefling, who you'll be seeing in these videos, Ari, she has got blue in her costume. Leading off of that, because she's blue and red, I found this really cute blue and red galaxy set of dice. These ones are really something else. I've looked at a lot of red and blue ones, and it's like the red and blue really blend together a lot, but this one, the way that they blend is like really good, and it's just the right red and just the right blue. Oh boy, and these are the pinnacle of my entire dice collection. This is the only set of metal dice that I own. It's got some red with some gold lining, very appropriate because my bard has got gold eyes and red skin. The thing that makes this all the more cooler is that these glow in the dark. They glow orange in the dark. Basically, my bard has this thing where she uses thaumaturgy to make her eyes light on fire and get her a boost when she's intimidating somebody. And the way that they just glow that orange color, it's exactly like that. So this is like the highlight of characterization for me. So those are all the sets. Moving on to some of the singles, we've got a D8 and a D6 in red and blue. This one I picked up at a convention as well. And probably my favorite D20 out of them all, it's this white, black, and red one with gold lettering. For some reason, I just saw this and I immediately fell in love with it. It was just so beautiful. I don't know why. And for some reason, this really screamed Ari to me. And there we go. That's my dice collection. I kind of plan to do an update on this once I buy more dice, but I'm gonna have to have a very significant amount of dice to be able to complete that collection and make another video out of it, because gosh, the number of different dice that I have in that is kind of crazy, but I'm not gonna stop.